Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us here on The Breakfast Show, dear viewers. The President has said that women have recently joined the judges panel and assumed important positions such as governor and advisor for national security. President Sisi added that Egypt has always been keen on cooperation at the regional and international levels through participation in all initiatives relevant to women empowerment and elevating their status. And on the occasion of International Women's Day, we are honored to have with us an example of successful women here in Egypt, as we have with us Dr. Yasmine Abu Zeid. She is an associate professor at the Department of Pharmaceutics, Faculty of Pharmacy, Helwan University, and director of the Nanotechnology Research and Studies Center at Helwan University. Dr. Yasmine also holds a UNESCO Fellowship for Women in Science at the level of Egypt for the year 2020 postdoctoral stage. The title of the research, Antiviral Activity of Iron Oxide Nanoparticles. Dr. Yasmine, a very good morning to you.
Good morning.
And happy Women's International Day. It is the 8th of March.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
So, Dr. Yasmine, first of all, I wanted to ask you about your fellowship, your UNESCO fellowship. Talk to us about that.
So, UNESCO Fellowship actually is like a way of empowering women in research work. So it's actually included in two categories or two sectors. So the first one is for supporting PhD students, and the other one for postdoctoral fellowship. So the one which I win was for postdoctoral. So it means that I was a PhD holder and applied for it. It's like a competitive grant, so you just apply with your research work and they select you depending on the quality of the research proposal you actually proposed, as well as your research background. So for myself, I guess it's like a great opportunity for women actually to be supported in research work, because mainly the problem we face in research work is securing a fund. So for UNESCO grant or UNESCO fellowship, which I win in 2020, actually it's provide me with a good budget to do or resume my research work.
I see also that you chose a very timely subject, if I may say.
Yeah.
Antiviral activities. So, building bridges of cooperation, of course, between your university and the University of Birmingham to combat infection. So, I mean, it's very timely, the topic you chose in the COVID-19 era.
I was lucky because my specialist, since I was doing my master's degree, was about applying nanotechnology for HCV virus. Because at that time, it was like the time actions in Egypt. As you know, that HCV was like a marvelous or like a big problem in Egypt at that time. Then I moved on, developed my skills in nanotechnology, and I moved to University of Nottingham in UK. And I've done also my PhD in also viral work, then a postdoc funded by Newton Musharrafa program in also applying nanotechnology for viruses, as a virus which affect actually respiratory system. And because currently we are facing, like since 2019, the problem of COVID-19, so it was like for me a good time to apply the nanotechnology techniques I've learned in just combating the pandemic. That's why I actually proposed this project. And this project, as actually revealed from the title, that it's like a collaboration between Helwan University and Birmingham University in UK.
Right, and we need you. I mean, we need scientists like you in such days. Dr. Yasmine, how do you see the political leadership here in Egypt's keenness as far as empowering women is concerned and enhancing their rights? And we've seen this, of course, in the past maybe since 2013 or 2014.
Yeah, first I'm very grateful to the initiatives actually taken in 2017, as far as I remember, by the President Sisi. Actually, even the year of 2017 was like called as Year of Women. so they started to actually work in different aspects to empower women. So let's say they start to empower women in education, in social life, even in entrepreneurship, and also in political positions. So after 2017, we can find that we have like many women occupy the position of ministers. So for example, we have Ministry of Strategic Planning, and also Ministry of International Cooperation and Migration, Health as well. So all of this wasn't available before, and even when you check for Parliament as well, you can find like the women seats now is much larger. So as far as I remember, now they occupy around 160 seats, as I guess, yeah. So definitely the government now supporting women. Yeah, I'm supporting women a lot compared to previous years as well.
Right, and I mean, you mentioned 2017. Of course, in 2019, Egypt celebrated the 100th anniversary of participation of women in public life, Egyptian women in public life. Not only empowerment, not only tackled political empowerment, but there was also economic empowerment, Dr. Yasmine, social empowerment, amending legislation which guarantee women's enjoying full equality and equal opportunities in the job market, for instance, health initiatives. Talk to us, please, more about the various fields of empowerment that women have enjoyed recently, and education as well, the education of girls and young girls.
So let me first start by talking about the health subject. So if we compare the woman who lives in a rural area against the woman who lives in an urban area, so you can find that the woman actually who lives in rural area faces a lot of problems because there is no actually caring about their health. There is no like regular checking for their health. Also, they suffering from low education level. So they have a lot of problems related to economy. So they always depend on a man to secure them like the basics issues needed actually for life. So recently with initiatives in 2019, you can find that all of this have been improved. Actually, you can find now that
I guess that Haya Karima or Decent Life has a role in this.
Yeah, and also even for they start to teach these women in rural area how the concept of entrepreneurship. Just if they have like special skills in textiles, in sewing or whatever, they just improve their skills and start to guide them to build up their own projects, so they can be like more or less financially independent.
Right.
For education, you can find also a lot of initiatives actually concerning with improving the education of these women, so they start to improve their skills about how they can read, because we have a problem of illiteracy actually in Egypt, not only restricted to women but for all population. But they now caring about improving actually education for women, and I'm guessing actually that, or I'm sure that by improving education, health, social aspects for a woman, actually it more or less will have like a positive impact in our community, and even on a small scale on the family as well.
Right. And I guess issues like family planning, for instance, which is an issue that the government really cares about, would fall into the basket of women's rights after all, or enhancing their lifestyle, right? If we talk about family planning, it's not only going to be for women, it's going to be for the entire society at large, but certainly women will benefit from that.
Okay. For my understanding related to these family issues, so just to make it very simple, just try to compare how a lady will manage her family's issue, actually if she is uneducated. So for children, for example, she can't give them like a good support in educating them. She doesn't have like a good expertise to follow them up or guide them in facing all the problem around, either in our close community or even internationally, because you know now that social media actually everyone now has like an access to social media. So definitely they exposed to a lot of different ideas.
And certainly it's going to be easier for women to raise 1 or 2 children rather than 5 or 6 or 7. So
not only actually for economic reason, but also for to have like a good time to give caring and educating them in a proper way.
Right, you are. And Dr. Yasmine, of course, there is also legislation and care about restricting all forms of violence against women and harassment. Can you talk to us about that issue, the efforts done in this regard?
Okay, just to be clear about this, actually the problem with violence against women is like a worldwide problem.
Right,
so it's
right.
not only restricted to Egypt.
True.
So, and now actually, I guess since 1995, it was adopted by United Nations that they need to have like some restricted laws to control violence against women, not only by hitting or sexual harassment, but even by restricting them from taking like their own rights in working. So you can find like a woman when she works at the same position like a man, she actually get like a lower payment. And of course, many people actually looking to the women as like, how I can say it, it's like looking down at a woman, so they're not respected enough. And they look always from like a sexual perspective rather than
gender perspective,
yeah.
Right. Dr. Yasmine, back to the issue of science. What about the role of women in the science sector here in Egypt? I mean, how do you see things improving in that regard? I mean, supporting women scientists like yourself. And what is it that you need to see more from the government, from the private sector maybe as well, from NGOs to support research activities and women scientists like yourself?
Okay, first I have to admit that recently, like last year, Scientific Research Academy actually adopted like a call to support master and PhD students, and they announced like last week that around 70% or 76% of ladies or women win a grant compared to around 35% for men. So this is like a simplest way to explain how actually the country or the government, Egyptian government, supports women in research work. But we still need much more actually support because as you know, research is like in Egypt before wasn't like much supported because we face a problem of lacking facility, we face a problem of lacking funding. Even to do research work, you need, so ladies are mothers, right? So they need some sort of support, like having a flexible time, so she can manage between her family duties and her work duties as well. This concept actually is not common in Egypt yet. So we need to adapt to this strategy. As well, we need to have like some sort of confidence in ladies, even when they go like for a leadership position in science. So most of the cases saying that a woman in a leadership, in scientific leadership, she wouldn't be like having a proper skill enough to manage the things. So
although we have, I think, good examples in Egypt, right?
Yeah.
I mean, through the course of history, we've had multiple women scientists. Talk to us about some of those who must be role models for you, I guess.
So I'm gonna actually talk about one of my colleagues in UNESCO. So you find one lady of my colleagues, actually she did a great work in improving the agriculture work, and she faced actually a problem in her family as well. So and another one, she's also win a grant from UNESCO as well, and she's facing a problem of getting like her family agreement to travel abroad to do her PhD in the United States because her family just believes that she wouldn't be
safe.
Yeah, and she wouldn't be able to manage her needs and her life abroad, which actually I don't think it's like against women, but it's like an overcaring.
So that's the patriarchal culture?
Yeah.
So we still have it here. We have to...
Yeah, sort of, yeah, we still have it.
Is it slowly changing? I mean...
I guess it's now slightly changing, but we still need a lot of changes in this area because just by you having like a models which you just enlight them in the media and saying that, oh, okay, this lady was like able to travel abroad, doing her work abroad, and she's still keeping her culture-based or tradition.
In order.
So, yeah, because some people believe that when a lady travels abroad, so she will be encountered with many problems like sexual harassment. She wouldn't be have like a great power or enough power to defend herself. So she will be very weak. Although this is not the case, by the way.
Right. So, Dr. Yasmine, what is your ambition for Egyptian women in general? I mean, what is it that you want to see in the next 5, 10 years here? Let me put the question in another way. What are the major obstacles facing women in Egypt now, and what is it that we need to change and work on with good pace in order to have a better lifestyle or quality of life for women in Egypt in the upcoming years?
Okay, this is like a very
I know, it's a broad question.
Yeah,
I want to know the challenges, the obstacles,
yeah.
the things you want to see changed.
Okay,
or
in science,
forward.
in science, a lot of issues. And actually, it's not only for women; it's for researchers in general. So let's say in my beliefs, I'm dreaming of having like a big institution works in nanotechnology. So you can find all facilities related to nanotechnology. You can find, you can just collect this institution women with a great set of set of mind,
right.
And you can just support them to do something which is unique, which can actually benefit our society, where you can have like some products collaborate with like factories. You can export abroad. So a lot of issues actually we need to do, but it's to be realistic, we need like a lot of time to do this. But
it's a legitimate dream. It's a legitimate dream.
Yeah, but we need to have like a sort of planning. We need to have like stages to achieve this plan. So for now, for myself, I'm actually very thankful to my home university because they trusted me to give me like a position of being a director for Nanotechnology Center. Yeah, I can see that we have like, I have many challenges, but not because I'm a woman, but it's about the economic issues related to the country. So when we work in a governmental university, you have a problem of securing finance, you have a problem of hiring people because we have like some challenges or restrictions due to economic issues. All this making your movement to achieve your target is very slow. So, and even just by when you pass through time slowly, you can find on the other hand, in European and United States countries, they are moving very quick. And when you just time pass slowly, you finally, you actually surprised that you didn't achieve a very good work, and now you need to travel abroad again to gain more skills and then to transfer these skills again to Egypt. And again, we're facing the same problem because of the dilemma of routine work. So I'm wishing actually that these issues should be like sorted out and somehow. All of them related to managerial issues, financial issues. We need to have a proper system instead of working in like a paper-based work. It's better to do like everything electronic. So we need to approve emails instead of doing a lot of papers, signing them, stamp them.
Digital transformation.
Yeah.
Finally, final question, because unfortunately the time is running out. What about a legitimate dream for your generation of women and young girls, and overall, not just for you as personally or for science, but a legitimate dream for Egyptian women, for Egyptian girls?
Okay, for me, I'm just wishing that all girls now have like a great opportunity for education. They can improve their skills. They should looking for increasing their self-confidence. They should not only asking the government to only support them, but also because now we can see the government actually do a lot of issues to support women, but also as a woman, you also have some tasks to do. So you need also to work in yourself. You need to be more responsible to achieve your goals. Not only in size, in every perspective, by the way. Even you need to have your own target. You need to have your own ambitions. Even if you started in like very small project, you need to trust yourself. That's it.
All right, perfect. Thank you very much, Dr. Yasmine Abu Zeid. Associate Professor at the Department of Pharmaceutics Faculty of Pharmacy, Helwani University, Director of the Nanotechnology Research Studies Center at Helwani University, and Fellow at UNESCO Fellowship in Science. It's been a great pleasure. We hope to see you again.
Pleasure
We commend your efforts and good luck. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And dear viewers, thank you for watching The Breakfast Show. On behalf of my dear colleague Mahisi Rabia and everybody here, happy Women's Day. It is the 8th of March. Please stay with Nile TV International tomorrow, a new edition of The Breakfast Show and a new team. Goodbye.